The Brazilian government knows the problem well. Its country is a sieve through which its much-admired natural wealth escapes. The biologist Caio Alexo is compiling a CD-ROM with data on 1,200 animal species. The important thing now is to teach those who have to enforce the law.
Muitas vezes os fiscais têm dificuldade na alimentação dos animais que são apreendidos.
Many times, the police don't even know how to feed the animals they seize. Some basic information, like what we provide in this CD, can serve as an important tool to help them in their work. For example, at ports, airports, or customs offices, through which the animals usually pass as they enter or leave the country. We are making this CD-ROM to help those authorities who are not experts in biology or in our varied species, so that they have some scientific knowledge to aid them in their fight against international trafficking in endangered species.
We are in Bolivia, out on the street in 38°C temperatures. These parrots being sold in this cardboard box, called papagayos, were caught in Brazil. This valuable footage was shot secretly by Angela Rodriguez, a Brazilian reporter who for years has been exposing the impunity with which these animal dealers do their work. 22 birds sold on the street at $27 apiece. The life of these endangered animals has a price, as we will see. Journalism gives way to moral obligation, to hand these animals over to the federal police. Angela returns to her country, risking her life during her investigation. Thanks to her and our hidden camera, we enter the home of one of the most dangerous dealers in exotic birds. He looks as imposing and unpleasant as the work he does. He has been arrested by the police several times, but he's not worried. He's filling his pockets with easy money, since lots of people do the dirty work for him, capturing the young birds of endangered species. Because the scarcer the species, the higher the price it fetches on the black market. Many tourists who want to take home a piece of the Amazon turn to him. They should know that for each one of these birds that miraculously reaches its destination alive, 9 have died. The police say they do what they can. Today is Sunday in Rio de Janeiro, and we want to see if they do what they should. Here, the law is broken shamelessly. As in Bolivia and in certain markets in Spain, animal life is traded in broad daylight. The big international mafias aren't walking around here. They use other darker settings. The agents intervene with plenty of paraphernalia. It's part of the game to show the criminal the weight of the law, more as form than as content. The police today operate under the guidance of Atlantis, a non-governmental organization which, with its 500 members, keeps the animal dealers on tenterhooks. By means of their magnificent webpage, they succeed in exposing the mafia and their clients throughout Brazil. Then the police come in. Interpol has already publicly reorganized the work of these environmentalists who fill the gap left by governmental agencies. Dener Giovannini is the general coordinator of Rentas. Animal traffickers have often threatened him and are after his head.
We have dealers here who capture animals for private collectors and those specifically chosen for laboratories or research centers, and other animals that leave the country illegally to be sold in shops around the world. In Brazil today, about 2 million animals are taken out of their natural habitats each year. Several species are in danger of extinction in Brazil. They are disappearing from Brazilian nature as a result of the enormous illegal traffic in animals that takes place here.
In Brasilia, the federal police and IBAMA, the Brazilian Institute for the Environment, also work hard. Their unsheathed pistols show that this is no child's play. Many of these offenders will spend the night in jail, but will be back on the street tomorrow. According to the law, less than $40 bail is enough to be released. The business, even with the shock of being arrested, is very profitable. Many of these birds are sold for a kind of cockfight imported from Peru and known as la riña, or the brawl. As in regular cockfights, these little birds kill each other in clandestine fights that last up to 3 hours, with gambling that, according to government figures, moves up to $100,000 in bets in a single night. A good male of one of the captured species goes for $2,700 on the market for la riña. For today, business is over. We continue to accompany the authorities on this sunny but tense morning. Roberval, superintendent of IBAMA's law enforcement office in Brasilia, is working today in some of the most embattled neighborhoods on the outskirts of the capital. Along with his men, he combs the neighborhoods of Ceilândia, Tabatinga Norte, and Gama Leste in search of protected species. He is not a welcome figure here.
Everyone here raises birds. Everyone. We go to the country and we catch the chicks to raise them. It's something we all do. Everyone raises birds.
There must be some legal system in order to have the birds, papers, or...
My husband likes to have them. I do too. We don't have any papers. They're very pretty.
In fact, raising these birds as a hobby, as this lady assures us, is not a crime. But dealing in species caught in nature is, and that is what Roberval is after today. People, please, Lati, in the end, people are always on the lookout for your operations.
It's very difficult. It's a great risk because sometimes we operate in a place where not only our animals are bought and sold, but drugs as well.
Drug trafficking is usually associated with animal trafficking.
Usually trafficking in drugs or arms. It's a risk we take when we make one of these raids.
Well, we're here with you today, and there's even a certain risk for those who watch you work.
Yes, it is a risk. Even a judge has been informed of your work, so we protect you. Because we know there are individuals who would like to break your cameras, so you won't film this raid.
They can't beat us, Roberval.
Bye, take care.
While we filmed this raid, Our camera missed some of the details. Dozens of little birds were confiscated by the law. These people had up to 12 endangered species in their homes. This is no bed of roses, and no one likes to be cut out of a good deal. Someone, despite our vigilance, took his own kind of revenge.